1947. India becomes free. A nation torn by partition now seeks power. Not just political, but scientific. Amid chaos and rebuilding, a quiet race begins. The race for the atom. At its center stands one man, Homi Jehangir Bhabha. A physicist with a vision. To harness atomic energy for peace and progress. Under Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's guidance, Bhabha builds India's atomic institutions from the ground up. Nehru's leadership ensures international collaborations, including the Atoms for Peace program, while maintaining India's autonomy. To the public, it's a story of science. But behind closed doors, something more strategic is taking shape. By the 1950s, India's nuclear ambitions attract global attention. The West offers help, but with strings attached. India refuses to be controlled. Every experiment, every reactor becomes both a symbol of progress and of potential. Then comes 1962. India's war with China changes everything. National security replaces idealism. 2 years later, China detonates its first nuclear bomb. India's scientists realize peace alone may not be enough. And then, tragedy. January 24, 1966, Air India Flight 101 crashes into Mont Blanc. Homi Bhabha is on board. Official reports say pilot error. But even today, whispers persist. Was it really an accident? Some claim sabotage by foreign agencies. No evidence was ever proven, yet the mystery refuses to die. With Bhabha gone, India's nuclear dream is shaken but not broken. Vikram Sarabhai steps in, overseeing India's atomic and space programs with focus and precision. By the early 1970s, political leadership begins to shape the nuclear future. Indira Gandhi, as Prime Minister, plays a decisive role. She authorizes the first nuclear test in 1974, known as Smiling Buddha, balancing strategic necessity with international diplomacy. Her decision is calculated, ensuring India demonstrates capability without provoking global war. The desert sands of Pokhran tremble. India conducts its first nuclear test. Officially, it's a peaceful nuclear explosion. Unofficially, it signals India's ability to defend itself. The world reacts with shock. Sanctions and technology bans follow. But inside India, pride grows quietly. The nation has done the impossible, alone, under secrecy. Yet this isolation forces India deeper underground, both scientifically and politically. The following decades become darker. The Cold War fuels paranoia, espionage, and secrecy. Reports emerge of Indian scientists working under surveillance, of labs under watch. And then, deaths. A string of mysterious deaths among India's nuclear and space scientists begins. Some drown, some die in accidents, some found hanging with no suicide note. Official reports call them coincidences. But patterns, timing, secrecy, silence raise unsettling questions. Were these simply tragedies? Or was India's atomic research being quietly targeted? No proof, no arrests, just shadows. Meanwhile, Pakistan accelerates its own nuclear program, allegedly with covert help from abroad. A regional arms race begins, invisible but relentless. India's ministers, including Atal Bihari Vajpayee as Prime Minister in 1998, weigh diplomacy, sanctions, and national security carefully. In May 1998, Pokhran awakens again. 5 underground tests. India declares itself a nuclear weapons state. Vajpayee calls it a matter of national security and pride. The world reacts with condemnation and sanctions. But India stands its ground. Behind the headlines, scientists work quietly. Men and women who cannot speak of what they build. The lives marked by secrecy, sacrifice, and silent pride. Many live and die without recognition. For them, success isn't fame, it's survival. As years pass, India reshapes its image. In 2008, the US-India civil nuclear deal validates decades of effort. Recognition comes not just for technology, but for responsible policy, guided by ministers, bureaucrats, and scientists alike. Yet questions linger. Was the pursuit of nuclear power worth the secrecy, sacrifices, and shadows left behind? What really happened to the scientists lost in the system? And what truths still lie buried beneath Pokhran's sands? India's nuclear journey is one of triumph and tragedy. A story of vision, politics, and power. But also a story of silence. Because behind every explosion of light, there's always a shadow.